so much shit is in the way.
You're so much shit. Doesn't make any sense.
Oh, I got one. No!
Are you just leaving that one?
Yeah,
Oh
I'll
my
get a
God.
new one.
Well, as we know, they don't ever explode, unfortunately.
This is, I mean,
This
does.
is what the time it goes.
Right,
Her.
I like this film a lot.
It's good. Done.
10 out of
Watch
10.
it.
Yeah. Yeah, very much.
It's like a good mix of comedy and good ideas. Scarlett Johansson again, funnily enough.
Yes.
Voice only this time, unfortunately. Although what that voice does is equally as dirty. Yeah, basically about falling in love with an AI, isn't it? And then becomes about what an AI would maybe happen. Like, you know, if we had things that had AI, what might happen as well.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like the sci-fi idea that sort of is going on in the background.
So I didn't know what to expect with this film at all. When I went to go and see it, I heard good things about it, but I didn't really know how it panned out. Yeah, it's a film about relationships, isn't it, basically? And it's about someone who's been damaged by bad relationships, like Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
He's getting over a bad
They thought
divorce.
he had a good relationship, but
Yeah.
then ends up in divorce.
Yeah, just and then he sort of finds comfort with this AI, and yeah, like you said, the sci-fi element is this AI. It's self-developing and becoming more of a person, really, and
But then, because it's a computer and not human, it can go a lot further and do a lot more things.
well, yeah, there's a whole idea that
Yeah.
it's interconnected with everything, so it's talking to other AIs and other people simultaneously, like all over the world, and it's
Which is really interesting idea, because like, I don't know if you've been in a relationship where there's always that thing of like, oh, who are you talking to?
Yeah.
You know, that
Yeah.
happens in younger relationships, I think.
yeah, and then in a
And
funny
then-
way that it's like a massive thing in this because of the way that this AI can talk to like thousands of people,
Yeah.
like whereas
There's that moment in the film when he's sitting down and he's like, oh, how many people are you talking to? And she's like, 465 or something, you know, and you're like, shit. And then you're like, well, but she's not like not able to give her full self or anything.
yeah, that's the
So,
thing.
yeah,
Like she's
a computer,
yeah, it's a different.
so
It's not. Yeah, it's a different level to
That's already
what a human can
yeah.
do, and it's
interesting little idea there.
okay. So yeah, another thing I want to mention about this film is how it depicts the future because it's set like 20 or 30 years in the future.
I love its style.
Yeah, so essentially it's almost like what will be his age when this stuff happens. Essentially,
Yeah.
where moustaches are back,
Yeah.
wearing your trousers really
Oh,
high up is back, and
Weird tweed stuff, like whatever.
yeah, pretty much. And yeah, no, I really like that idea that the future isn't really that much different from now because that is sort of how it works. It's not massive jumps like Blade Runner kind of thing where
Yeah.
you know there's flying cars and all that kind of stuff. It's more subtle,
Yeah.
you know. So in terms of technology and differences in fashion, yeah, it's just little things like that I like.
Yeah, they're kind of like the little details in the film. What's so good about it? Kind of like everything's really clean, and
Yeah.
like the colours that they use, and
Yeah,
all those kind of little details are really nicely done. And that's one of the reasons why it's a really good film to watch.
yeah. So technically, it's very nice, basically.
Yeah.
Again, like for me, I just with all films, like the story is paramount and how the characters revolve around that idea of the story.
I will say as well, like visual style, very good. On Blu-ray, looks awesome.
I still need to buy it on Blu-ray.
Like one of the few times recently where I've like put it on and then watched it and been like, this looks really good. Like on my TV or whatever,
Yeah.
just that looks really
I'll
nice.
look into it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so basically, I was going to say just the story. It just pans out in a really good way. It's not pretentious and it doesn't force anything on you, and it's not that sort of romantic schlock
Yeah.
that comes out so much, you know, of all these like rom-coms and stuff.
Yeah.
It feels like it's a lot more than that, and it
feels very real a lot of the time. I think that's what's good about it.
Yeah, it feels like a. I'm not saying it feels like a real relationship because it's an AI, but
you see a lot of
the same sort of patterns and the same sort of things, and it's
that same arc as well. I think of what a lot of relationships tend to go on, especially like early relationships or whatever.
No, I really like this film a lot, and in no small part is it down to the director and his vision, the actors that were chosen, and how they actually portray their characters, and the story. It's like all those things come together to make a really good film, basically. So I'd probably give this like 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, or just go and fucking watch it and decide yourself. For fuck's sake.
I was gonna go sort of 9.5, I think.
Just
really, really good.
Just watch it. Fuck's sake.